Okay, so I got the engine back together. Engine's back together, and what I did was I went ahead. Um, I've had problems with number four cylinder, so a few different problems with number four cylinder. So to make sure, what I'm thinking is it keeps missing a number four cylinder. So to be sure, what I'm thinking is the number four injector was leaking and causing it to misfire number four cylinder. I also had, in the beginning, had no compression in number four cylinder when I first bought this car. But I did take the head off, redid the head, put a new head, put a different head on. I did a couple of valves in the number one cylinder. Um, Put the head back on. Was able to gain compression in number four, but then I had a misfire in number four. So what I'm thinking was wrong, because I tested the coils, I tested the spark, I tested all that, and they all tested out okay. And to get a misfire in a cylinder, you have to have one of three different things that are wrong. Either you have a bad coil, you have a bad spark plug, your fuel, or your compression. So I eliminated out everything else, all the easiest stuff. The coils and spark plugs are simple to, and usually to test one, if you take a known good spark plug, say number 3 was good, but number 4 was missing. So you start with the spark plugs. If you take this, you leave the two coil packs the same. You take them off, change number 3 spark plug to number 4 spark plug, swap those two, and then if that moves from number 4 to number 3, then you know it's the spark plug. If it doesn't move, then you know that it's not the spark plug, that it's something else. So the next step is to go ahead and put the spark plugs back in the same positions they were in, and then swap your coils. And if it's still, if it goes from number 4 to number 3, then you know your coil's bad. But if it doesn't, if it stays the same and there's no change, then you know it's either your compression, or you have a leak somewhere, compression leak, or it also could be your injector could be leaking. Your valve seals could also be leaking oil into the cylinder as well. So it could be, you just have to chase it down, but you'd start with the easiest stuff first. So these are easy, but to get to an injector is quite a bit of work to get to injector, to get it out. So at this step, the compression is about 150 psi, which is not bad. Each one of these are about 180. I believe the first one's 180. They're pretty consistent. I had 150 psi in number 3 or number 4 cylinder, but that's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. It's still, your car will still run with 150 psi. But it's borderline. So I was kind of wondering, it could either be the rings could be bad, or it's an injector, which I'm hoping it's an injector, and I don't have to replace this whole engine. So what I did was I went ahead and already replaced number 1 injector is a known good injector. So I went ahead and replaced number 1 injector with number 4 injector, and we're getting ready to start it now. Because number 4 injector was just missing, within a few minutes I had about 100 misfires. So I'm hoping that it changes from number 4 to number 1. We're going to check that right now with my scan tool. So we have a scan tool here, and we're going to push systems, push engine. This is Zurich scan tools. This is a great scanner too. It works. I love the scanner for the money. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can actuate, turn on things without the car being on. You can roll up your windows, roll them down, roll them up, turn on different sensors, turn them off just from a push of a button. And this, you can pretty much check everything. So now we want to go to read data. I want to pick by the list, which I want to pick number 1, 2, 3, and 4 cylinders. This is a misfire counter. Push OK. They're all at 0 right now. So before I had number 4 right here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 4 cylinders. Number 1 cylinder, number 2 cylinder, number 3 cylinder, number 4 cylinder. Before I had number 4 cylinder was misfiring, just about as fast as you can count. Almost every time it hit, it was misfiring. So I'm hoping, what I did was I moved number 4 injector to number 1 injector, because number 1 was good. And I'm hoping that we see number 1 start misfiring and number 4. Okay, so we'll start the car. Okay. So we do have a miss, and as you can see, number 1, this is exactly what I want to see, because this is good. This means that number 1 probably has good compression, so we're not going to have to tear the head off and rebuild it. So what I did was I took number 1, see how much it's at, 240, 249, 250, 257, 260, 265. It's just going up every time. So that injector is bad. So I moved it from number 4 to number 1. You can see number 4, it hit a couple times, but it has stopped. And that's probably just because there's a little bit of fuel or something in there. But all these are good. All these are running good, especially number 2, number 3. Those are hitting really good. And all of a sudden it just went, it stopped doing it. So number 4 is getting a little bit of a misfire. But we know number 1 is bad, so we definitely know that. So we're going to go ahead and change that out.